This week I'm reviewing the new James Bond film, Spectre, and I wanted to get in on the action. Hey guys, welcome back to Monday Morning Critic. I'm Krisily Kennedy, and this week I'm talking about the new James Bond film, Spectre. And as you can see, I wanted to be part of the action. They go to Mexico for the Day of the Dead festival, Dia de los Muertos, and they are in costume, and the film really starts off with a bang. I think that it's pretty safe to say that one of the greatest debates in movie history is who is your favorite Bond. You can walk up to anyone, anywhere, any age, and ask them who their favorite Bond is, and you can get into the longest conversation about who their favorite Bond is. So I'm gonna tell you mine. You can't not love Sean Connery because he's amazing. And then Pierce Brosnan was, I love Pierce Brosnan as Bond. I just wish he had better material to work with. That being said, Daniel Craig is my least favorite Bond, but I didn't hate the movies. I didn't love Casino Royale. Skyfall was better, I thought. So I had kind of high hopes for this one. He has said he's not doing any more Bonds. Sam Mendes has said they're not doing any more Bonds. And this is supposed to be the final chapter of this Bond. His crew was a little bit more active. So in Mission Impossible, Tom Cruise's character has all his little people that do their little things. So in this movie, 007 has Moneypenny, he has Q, and they kind of do a little bit more in this film, but not enough to keep me happy. Another thing the film does really well is it ties up a lot of loose ends. It reverts to Skyfall. It reverts to Quantum Solace. It talks about all these films and different things that happened in them. And it ties all these things together, and everything from 007 James Bond's past comes back in this film full circle. He finds out about an organization called Spectre, and he has to find out what it is and if the person he thinks is running it really is, because this person is supposed to have been dead for like 20 years. The problem with it is while they did tie it up in a neat bow, it was a boring neat bow. They had good action scenes, but if this is his last shebang, like, go out with a bang. And they didn't do that. They muted everything down. It started to feel very formulaic, and you knew kind of what was going to happen next, which I think was really disappointing, because if this is his last film, I wish it had been a little bit stronger. The female lead in the movie is Madeleine Swann, played by Lea Seydoux. She's the least Bond girl I've ever seen in a Bond movie. She's not super needy where she just needs to be saved. She really wants to do her own thing and stand on her feet and doesn't want to be protected. Super fun surprise, Dave Bautista. I love Dave Bautista. He was amazing in Guardians of the Galaxy. He's so much fun to watch on screen. I don't think he has any more than 3 words through the entire film, but his presence, it's like, I remember when The Rock first started acting and people were like, oh, he's not a good actor, he's not this, he's not that. Dave Bautista may not have to say anything. His presence is always so strong in films like this that he's so much fun to watch. He of course plays a bad guy, which was a lot of fun. I feel like they were scared with this movie. I feel like with all the other movies with Daniel Craig so far, they weren't afraid, and they kind of went there and they pushed the limits and they made it big. And with this one, thinking that it may be the last, they reined it in rather than letting it go. And I kind of wish they would have let it go, because it does feel like they kind of muted things. There's this scene, like, I like when they bring back that quirky, kind of almost campy side of Bond, and they do that in this film where there's a scene where there's a building exploding and he somehow slides down the side of the building, and at the bottom, there just happens to be a couch. So of course he lands perfectly on the couch with his legs crossed and just sits and does it. And like moments like that I appreciate, because those campy, quirky, kind of fun Bond moments are what made me fall in love with Bond when it was Sean Connery, and then when it was Pierce Brosnan, and what makes me continue to see these films even though I don't necessarily love this Bond. All right, guys, next week I will be reviewing either We Are the Coopers or The 33, and you have some homework. I want you to go in the comment section below and tell me who your favorite Bond is, and get ready, I want to know who you think the next Bond should be. I think it's so much fun going down in the comment section and talking movies with you guys. I love to hear what you think. Even when you disagree with me, just remember to keep it classy. I can't wait to hear who you think the next Bond should be. Don't forget to meet me right back here next Monday for Monday Morning Critic. See ya.